You listen to the Asa Park Podcast.
The Asa Park Podcast.
If I had $5,000 to put into a song, how would you spend it for me?
I would say you need more than that.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I can like dive into our the way we run at our strategy, the way that we think about that. I'd say the first question you want to answer is should I be spending this money or not on this song? And that's the part of the puzzle that we do try to solve for a lot of folks. And, I think a common way of thinking about ads is that it's pointless and that it really doesn't add much value and that it kind of happens in the background and yet everyone's still kind of doing it, but it's what's the point? And I agree that's pretty consistent with reality, but that's because everyone's spending ad money on everything. And that's the problem is, people will come to us all the time. Hey, I want to blow this song up. I've got 10 grand, 50 grand, 100 grand, whatever it is. But if the song just doesn't connect and dive into what that means for us, then you shouldn't spend a single dollar on it. We're very much at the mindset of we want hits. We want to help people create hits. We want to create hits ourselves. And that's where, getting that data, that market data ahead of time with the way that we do it is it's everything for us, right? Because there are going to be a lot of independent artists who do want to spend 5, 10, 20 grand on something. Well, maybe not a lot, but there's going to be a bunch and they're going to put a lot of work into it. But, and an influencer agency will spend that happily, and you may flush every penny down the toilet with no impact. Playlisting company will spend that for sure. And, you're going to get streams, but what's going to be left afterwards? An ad company will likely also just go ahead and spend that, and who knows what's going to come from it. But for us, we're going to take that song, we're going to spend a very, very small amount, $10, $20, $50 to test the market and see if it is worth actually spending money on. And that's the big difference is we're going to find out, does the market like this from an ad perspective, paid social advertising? And if they do, wonderful, we'll take that thing on and we will spend that money. But there's a good chance they don't, and you just save some money. And you can still release it and do your thing, but in our opinion, that cash should be reserved for something with more potential.
And you do this before the song is released. So this is like a pre thing. So again, take us through a song. So let's say I sent you a song and you thought, this is an okay song. How would you work with that song? Then you would start to test it on TikTok or on Instagram for $50. And then based on the results, how do you do the testing? Do you do do you create an expensive visual, or is this some standard boring visual? And how do you do it practically?
Yeah. So whether it be Seven Colt or Pulse, Seven Colt being our label, Pulse being our marketing agency, we would handle it the same way. So ideally you'd bring us, let's call it 5 demos instead of just the one. And then we can go and take those demos and our team's going to pick through, try to find the best start times from each song. Maybe that's 2 or 3 different start times, a build, a bridge, maybe a build and a drop, something like that, 15 to 20 second pieces. And then depending on the music and depending on the artist, we're then going to run some content ads on Meta. Now that could be ads that we create in-house. These could be memes or reaction style or live DJ performance style videos if it's dance music. If the artist performs or if they have a bit of a social existence, then they can also send over some content of them singing it in their bedroom. Whatever kind of content would work well organically will also likely work well for ads. So any way that we can get our hands on some content, also creator content, more commonly going to be used after the song goes live. But, creators dancing to it, reacting to it, lip syncing it, whatever. Those pieces of content will also, in most cases, work well on paid ads. So for testing a song, you're going to send us all these tracks. We're going to make a bunch of content for all these different tracks, and then we're going to run ads on them. And that being on Instagram Reels or stories or whatever ends up converting best. And then from there, we're going to drive traffic to really any artist page that you want on Spotify, because it's not about actually converting listeners. It's about just getting that data, right? What's it going to cost us to convert someone from an ad to the streaming platform when we actually do release this song? That's the only information we're trying to get out of this. Because if you convert someone for 10 cents versus 50 cents, big difference, right? That's a song that you should put 100 grand into and a song that you should put 0 into.